Colorism is a form of discrimination based on skin tone, which we all know.
Yes.
Where individuals with lighter skin are treated more favorably than those with darker skin, even within the same racial or ethnic group. That's the biggest piece.
Yes, but there's also the colorism where white people, white people are more superior than black people.
That's not
colorism.
But it's a form of it because you're taking one colored race.
That's racism.
And discriminating it against another. Is the same. To me, they're one, but it's one and the same. You got white who are that believe that they're superior to any other race and color.
So I guess
Indians have a tan tone.
They
black people have different
too.
So that's all within it. It intertwines with each other. You can't.
So if I look at it the way you're describing it, to go back to what the definition says of light skinned individuals get treated better than darker skinned individuals.
White get treated better than black. It's still a form
that's not colorism. That is racism.
Okay, so let's hold on, because
we'll be debating here all day on
yes, because it's still you got shades of color, which is white, black, brown, who discriminate against each other based on skin tone.
Yes. So it's important for us. I'm using I didn't want to make up my own definition, which is why I'm referring to.
Yes.
I'm Googling it or
makes
whatever.
Sense.
To make sure we have.
Because we all have our own.
To anchor on it. Because we
all have our own.
You can see, we all have our own ideologies of what it is, right? Yes. So let me just finish the definition of colorism, and I'm going to read the definition of racism. Maybe that'll.
Okay.
So back to colorism. Colorism is a form of discrimination based on skin tone where individuals with lighter skin are treated more favorably than those with darker skin, even within the same racial or ethnic group. It often stems from historical, social, and cultural biases that associate lighter skin with higher social status, beauty, and privilege, while darker skin is unfairly linked to negative stereotypes. Colorism can affect opportunities in everything, right?
Yes.
Same thing with other, right? And it is a pervasive issue in many societies around the world. All right.
Okay.
Racism is a belief system or set of practices that asserts the superiority of one race over others. One race over others.
Okay.
Leading to discrimination, prejudice, and unequal treatment based on race or ethnicity. It involves both individuals' attitudes and systemic structures that create and maintain disparities in areas such as education, employment, housing, healthcare, and criminal justice. Racism can manifest in explicit forms such as hate speech or violence, as well as more subtle, institutionalized ways like biased policies or practices that disadvantage certain racial groups. It perpetuates inequality and social division, impacting the lives and opportunities of marginalized communities. So when I look at colorism, that is something to me, if I'm trying to break it up, is internally within that ethnic.
But it could be even within the ethnic group. So it's including all races, but it can also be within because it's even saying even, which is saying this is included in that area.
But so here's white people to me, they're not experiencing coloring with
because they're not saying I'm lighter than you, so you're darker than me. They're not doing that within their race.
Experience is the caste system, which is not an ism, but it's more of that I got more money.
Yes, classism.
They still have it within them because you have Italians who believe that they're better than the rednecks, and then you have Russia against.
But that's not color. That's caste. That's how much money. That's more of an elitism as opposed to colorism. That's not based on color. Think about it. Even if you think about the Italians, hell, we can look at Spanish. We can look at Spain versus Puerto Ricans, right?
But that's one race against the next, based on
they're all Hispanic.
They're all Latin.
Part
of Latin. Yeah.
Right. Same thing. Dominicans versus Puerto Ricans versus Cubans, right? In Hispanic culture, there definitely is colorism.
Yes.
If you're lighter hue, you come from Spain, they think they're more elite than let's say some
based off of the color.
Off of color than Dominicans and Cubans and anybody that has more of that darker.
So there is colorism outside of just our race for sure. Outside of black,
but it ain't to me.
But it's
white.
It's not right.
It intertwines with each other.
I'm not debating. It definitely intertwines, but there are distinct differences within colorism. There's not any systemic.
I think the impact is different when you look about when you add colorism to these two categories that we're talking about today for our race,
for black race.
It's like it's another strike.
Yes,
against
it's another
us.
notch.
Right.
In addition to racism.
Right.